Here we go, it's time for more DJ tips. Today we're going to talk about the no sales approach and some other tips for when you have that initial call or initial meeting with your client. As always, remember some of these tips may or may not apply to you depending on where you're at in the business and how long you've been doing it. Or maybe it's a good refresher course for those that have been doing it for a really long time that just aren't very good at sales and really hate sales. First, I want you to think about the last time you went to a car dealership and you were bombarded by their salespeople when you got there. Or better yet, the last time you went to Radio Shack and you walked through the door and a salesperson came up to you and says, "Hey, how can I help you?" When really you probably knew more than that salesperson did. Remember, you don't want to be sold something, and neither do your clients. Now, I could talk about this for a really long time, but we're going to try to keep this video as short as possible. Now, I'm going to give you some tips, but I'm not going to really expand on them all that much. So if you have specific questions, maybe you can do a video response to this video or leave your questions down in the comment section. Now, these are things that work for me when I initially meet with a client for the very first time, whether it's on the phone or it's in person. First thing they always ask for is price. Do I give it to them over the phone? Absolutely not. Do I tell them what the price is within the first couple of minutes of our initial meeting? No, I don't. If they're just shopping for price, you may not be what they're looking for. If they're truly interested, then set up an event consultation. The only thing that you need to do over the phone or when you first meet someone out at the local grocery store and they know who you are and they want to ask you about prices, just simply find out if your date is available. If the date's available and you can go do their event, that's really all that matters. After that, set up that event consultation. And remember to always meet with the people that are hiring you. For example, if it's a wedding, it's great that the parents want to come along. And we'd love to have their input and talk to them and maybe also be able to teach, our clients is another part of it, what we do at certain events. But remember, when it's a wedding, all final decisions are really up to the bride and groom. Parents are welcome to be a part of the process though. Now, why meet in person or a virtual meeting? It's important to get to know your client and for your client to get to know you. Personality can be everything. And during your meeting, you may want to ask these questions. These are questions that I ask every single bride and groom that call me or just normal events that I may be doing. First, how did you hear about us? It's always good to know who you need to thank for the referral or where your marketing is working the best. The next thing that I ask my clients, if it's a wedding reception, is I ask them, tell me what your dream wedding is. Tell me what you're looking for in a DJ. I always like to know this info because it helps with the non-sales approach. Because after they tell you, you already know exactly what they need, exactly what they're looking for, and what they want, and what they expect of you. The next thing I ask is, have you been to our website or to our Facebook or to our YouTube channel to see event pictures or photos? If they say yes, great. If they haven't, this is your opportunity to show them what you have done at some of your events. And specifically what I've been doing is I've been taking and keeping a really extensive video and photo library of every single hall in the entire area. And this is an opportunity to be able to show my brides and grooms or clients exactly what we've done in those different facilities. So it makes it easier for us to sell something to someone when it's more visual. They can see what it can look like and where we set up and what our setup looks like and interaction with guests and so forth. You can see it all because it's already in that venue, so they can picture it a little bit better. And be sure to always remind your clients that every single event is unique to that specific event. Just because you showed them those pictures or those videos doesn't mean that that's exactly what they're getting. We always make sure that we tailor each event to what that client's wants and needs are. Now remember, still no pricing yet. Now if it happens to be a wedding and you're meeting with the bride and groom, ask how they met. Get to know your bride and groom a little bit. I personally always love to hear these stories because it really means something to that bride and groom. It takes them back in a moment in time, and it's all about playing on emotion as well. And as I said, it's a great way to get to know your clients. And some clients will ask how I met my wife, so I tell them my story. Next, where's your ceremony going to be held at? The reason to know this is because you need to know roughly how much travel time is in between the ceremony and the reception location. It gives you a better idea of setup time, so your guests don't arrive at the hall before you're done setting up. Next, ask your client if they have a theme, if they haven't told you already. Most brides and grooms for wedding receptions know exactly what their wedding colors are already, so if they don't have a theme, at least ask them what their wedding colors are. This gives you the opportunity to show them different colors that you can make right there in your office with your uplighting, because I'm sure you already have uplighting in your office. If you don't, it's a good idea to have it in there so you can show exactly the different colors that you're able to produce. So if you've been out in a great looking venue, make sure you take some pictures of all the different colors that you're able to offer with your uplighting and have those readily available so you can show your clients. And they can see in those pictures exactly how exquisite the hall looks, and it can help the bride and groom save a little bit of money on decorating. Now, there's other things that happen, obviously different questions and so forth that everybody uses, but we're getting really close to where we're going to be talking about price. Remember, like I said earlier, it's good to touch on the emotional side of things. I do this by talking to them about something that they can truly relate to. Here it is. Here's what I have every bride and groom do when I meet with those type of clients. I have them think about a wedding reception that they've been to. Think about the last one. Then I ask them, do you really remember the cake, the dress, the food, the hall, what the limo looked like, what all the decorations were on the table, whether there was a program to look at, exactly what the bar was serving, what food was on your plate, and the favor that you took home. And then I follow it up by saying this, that usually you don't remember all those things, but there is one thing that you remember about every single event that you've been to, no matter what it is, whether it's a wedding reception or any other type of event, and that is, did you have fun? If you can walk away saying that you had fun, you had a great time, then the DJ did their job. And then I tell the client that we believe that part of our mission statement is we're responsible for 80% of your wedding reception success or event's success. That's a large number, but it is 100% true. There's only a very few limited number of things that are not within our control as the DJ at a wedding reception or an event. The flow of the event is almost always under our guidance. Now it's time for the big P word, price. Remember, if you feel like you're selling to the client, it's gonna be a hard sale. If you feel like you've taught your client something, you've showed them everything that you can, and you've helped teach them something that maybe they didn't know that you offered or that the DJ's supposed to do, it's going to be a lot easier for you to make that sale. Next, here's what I tell every single client. While it's hard to put a price on something so important in your life, especially a wedding reception, we're not the cheapest in the area, but we're not the most expensive either. Our price is XYZ. Our retainer fee is XYZ, and then I follow it up with, if you're looking to save even a little bit more money, we offer a 10% discount for anyone who pays in full. And of course, while you're doing all of this, make sure that you listen to what your bride and groom say. If you do more talking, you lose. If you listen and respond to what they're saying, you win. And remember, follow-ups, whether they're via email or over the phone or in person, are extremely important. And for those that are seasoned vets in the business, regroup, refresh, and make every event or meeting like it was your very first big event. There you go, the non-sales approach in my point of view. Don't sell stuff, sell emotion, sell your value, and what you're able to do to make their event one that they will never forget. Thanks so much for watching. New tips every Tuesday. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, DJVideoNetwork.com. Make sure you check them out. You can find tons of great video from other industry professionals, packed full of great information, tips, ideas, gig logs, gear reviews, and so much more. And ProMobileDJ.com, where you'll find great info day in and day out to help you grow your company and our friends at EternalLighting.com, where you'll find great deals on LED lighting, trussing, and appearance products to help you look as amazing as your company is. So that's this week's DJ Tips. Thank you so much for your support. Be sure to share, comment, and hit the thumbs up button. Until next Tuesday, goodbye.